begin by standing up with your feet about hip-width distance apart, and just let your arms rest down to your sides. We're going to go through a whole joint warm-up for the entire body, and we'll start down at the ankles. So when you're ready, shift your weight over to one foot, and with the other foot, roll the toes underneath and start to make circles in one direction with your ankle. And as you make these circles, try and really give your ankle as much rotation as possible. And go both directions. And then you can switch sides and start on the other foot. So there's a lot of tightness for most people in the feet and in the ankles. And those are the things you stand on. Go both directions. So it's a good idea to keep them lubricated and feeling good. So then go ahead and stand on both feet, and we'll start to make circles with the head. And when you make circles with the head, think about initiating from your eyes. So look down at the floor, and then look all the way over to your left, and look all the way up at the ceiling, and all the way over to the right, and continue like so. So that especially when the head kind of moves back or up, you have a feeling of spaciousness in the back of the neck. And as you find more mobility through your cervical spine, through the neck, you can reach a little bit more with the chin than the eyes. And then go both directions and turn your head the other way. Now the next time your chin comes down towards your chest, just stay there. And on an inhale, bring the head back upright. And then feel that your knees are softly bent, and start to make circles with your shoulders up towards the ears and then back and down. And as you make circles with the shoulders, you can really engage the top of the shoulder muscles, kind of contracting them and relaxing them as they come down. And then switch directions and roll the shoulders the other way. And then we're going to go ahead and walk the shoulders, so you can roll one shoulder forwards at a time. And as the shoulders roll forwards, think about your entire side body coming with it. The rib basket, and just bringing a little bit of movement into this thoracic spine, the part of your spine that attaches to your ribs. And then you can start to walk your shoulders backwards. Find your breath support. Good. And then go ahead and bring your fingertips onto your shoulders and make circles with your elbows. So you can make big, wide circles with your elbows up and back. And as the elbows make circles, open the armpits. And then switch directions and make big, wide circles back, up, and forwards. And again, find that kind of contraction through the back of the shoulder muscles, and then relax as they move forwards. Okay, and then you can bring your hands together and interlace your fingers and make circles with in one direction with your wrists or with your fists, mobilizing the wrists. and go both directions here. Okay, and then you can release your arms and just shake them out. And here we're just going to turn from the waist, and you can let your arms hang. And just turn from your waist a couple of times to either side. And as you turn from the waist, think about mobility through the lower spine. Okay. And then go ahead and come back to the center and keep your feet fairly wide apart and start to make big circles with your hips in one direction, kind of as if you're hula hooping. And as you make circles with your hips, allow your weight to really shift around on your feet. Allow your arms to stay relaxed. And then please switch directions and go the other way. Okay. And then from here, you can bring your feet together and bend your knees, bring your hands down onto your knees, and make circles with your knees in one direction. So just as you mobilize the joints, think about the Tin Man, and you can kind of imagine or maybe even feel the joints as synovial joints, synovial capsules. Switch directions with your knees and try and lubricate them, let them be loose and mobile. If you feel stiffness, just breathe. Relax where you can. Okay. And then you can let that go and come back upright to stand. And again, have your feet about hip width distance apart, and we're just going to do a couple of times a spinal roll down and back up. So if you start with your almost the weight of your brain coming forwards into the forehead and allowing the chin to drop towards the throat, the very top of your spine at the base of your skull starts to curl down. And as articulately as possible, feel each cervical vertebra come into flexion. And then allow the weight of the arms to get heavy and start to bring down the thoracic spine. And as you practice this, it'll get easier to articulate one vertebra at a time. Really feeling the front of the spine as the arms and the head continue to draw the upper torso down. Let your knees be as bent as you need. Feel that your belly is relaxed and your bottom is relaxed. And take as much time as you need to go one vertebra at a time until you're all the way into a forward fold. And don't worry about how far you can come in your forward fold. Please allow the knees to stay bent. Release the spine as much as possible. So again, it's not a stretch, it's a release for your spinal column. And then feel how you're standing on your feet and start to pour your weight down into your heels and reach the tip of your tailbone down. And start to roll your spine back upright. So again, as articulately as possible, one vertebra at a time. Bringing the spine back up. And again, the more times you do this, the more you'll be able to articulate and the more subtleties you'll feel. So practice. And finally, when you come all the way up to the top, allow the shoulders to rest back with a nice sigh and